Spotlight.
This is Akashvani. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on India Maritime Week 2025, India's path to global maritime dominance. The participants are Dr. Malini V. Shankar, Vice Chancellor, Indian Maritime University, and Aditya Shukla, Akashvani correspondent.
India Maritime Week 2025 is currently underway in Mumbai. It began on 27th of October and will go on till 31st of this month. Today is the third day of the 5-day event. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Mumbai today. He addressed the Maritime Leaders Conclave and chaired the Global Maritime CEO Forum as part of the India Maritime Week. The event is hailed as the largest maritime gathering globally, in which key stakeholders from across the maritime ecosystem are participating. Today, to discuss on this, we are now joined by Dr. Malini V. Shankar, who is the Vice Chancellor of Indian Maritime University. Welcome to Akashvani News, ma'am.
Thank you.
So, we will begin the discussion by understanding what the India Maritime Week 2025 is all about, why it is being called the world's largest maritime gathering. Could you please brief our listeners in short?
I think we all know that India has traditionally been a seafaring nation for millennia. We have a hoary maritime past, but there was a lull in the attention paid to the maritime sector. In 2016, the Government of India, the then Shipping Ministry, hosted a Maritime Investment Summit, which was followed by two other summits in 2020, if I'm right, and the last one was in 2023. And each summit actually tried to raise the bar, raise the awareness and the investment in the maritime sector in India. The past few years, you will realize that the Government of India has emphasized the maritime sector like never before, bringing the attention back not only to seagoing trade, but also to the ports and to the inland waterways. Like the Sagarmala project, which pumped in lakhs of crores of rupees to improve the infrastructure in the ports. The inland water sector also had investments. And as a result, if you look at the statistics of the last 10 years, the maritime sector, the economy accounts for 84 lakh crore rupees. But in the last 10 years, the port capacity has doubled from 1,400 million metric tons per annum to about 2,700 plus. The cargo handling is also doubled. The inland waterways has seen a 700% increase carrying capacity of cargo in the last just 1 or 2 years. And some of the best ports today are in India, surpassing some of the ports in the developed world itself.
We also have a report by our Mumbai correspondent about the event. Let's listen to it.
The India Maritime Week 2025 is currently underway at the NESCO Exhibition Center in Mumbai, and the theme of the program is Uniting Oceans, One Maritime Vision. The event is bringing together leaders from the maritime industry, government bodies, innovators, investors and stakeholders from over 100 countries, along with more than 500 exhibitors here. The schedule is packed with high-level engagement such as the Global CEO Forum, ministerial roundtables, and showcases on cruise and inland waterways. Additionally, there are exclusive international and state pavilions, technology demonstrations, and thematic sessions on port-led development, shipbuilding clusters, and digital maritime corridors. I must mention that major port authorities and shipbuilders are also participating in the event. Plus, numerous MOUs are being signed covering areas such as port development, shipbuilding, green energy, digital infrastructure, and inland waterways. So all in all, with participation from over 1 lakh delegates, India Maritime Week 2025 is expected to give a significant fillip to India's growing leadership role in the global maritime sector.
Dr. Malini, what were the highlights of the Prime Minister's address today, as you were also there at the event?
Yes, number one, he talked about the developments that have taken place in the last 10 years. As I mentioned a little earlier, the increase in port capacity, cargo handling, inland waterways was a big achievement. Apart from that, he touched upon Vizhinjam transit port, and a major emphasis was on shipbuilding and the ambitions of India to make sure that there are small and big shipyards engaged in shipbuilding and we build the ships for the world. He also touched upon, I must say, that the 5 acts which had been in existence since the colonial times and 100 years, some of them, all those have been reviewed and the work in progress for 2 to 3, 4, 5 years. And it is a huge achievement that all these acts have been renewed and new acts have come into place in a single parliamentary sitting in June 2025.
In fact, as you mentioned, Prime Minister talked about the amendments in colonial shipping laws. Let's listen into Prime Minister first, then we will continue this discussion.
इस साल भारत के मैरीटाइम सेक्टर में नेक्स्ट जनरेशन रिफॉर्म्स के लिए भी बड़े कदम उठाए हैं। हमने 100 साल से ज्यादा पुराने कॉलोनियल शिपिंग लॉज को हटाकर 21st सेंचुरी के मॉडर्न और फ्यूचरिस्टिक लॉज लागू किए हैं। ये नए कानून स्टेट मैरीटाइम बोर्ड्स को एम्पावर करते हैं, सेफ्टी और सस्टेनेबिलिटी को बल देते हैं और साथ ही पोर्ट मैनेजमेंट में डिजिटलाइजेशन का भी विस्तार करते हैं।
Prime Minister in his speech also said that India's maritime sector is advancing with great speed and energy.
21वीं सदी के इस कालखंड में भारत का मैरीटाइम सेक्टर तेज गति और ऊर्जा के साथ आगे बढ़ रहा है। खासकर साल 2025 भारत के मैरीटाइम सेक्टर के लिए बहुत अहम साल रहा है। मैं इस वर्ष की कुछ खास उपलब्धियों का जिक्र आपके बीच करना चाहता हूं। विजिंजम पोर्ट के रूप में भारत का पहला डीप वाटर इंटरनेशनल ट्रांसशिपमेंट हब अब ऑपरेशनल हो चुका है। कुछ समय पहले ही दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा कंटेनर वेसल वहां पहुंचा। ये हर भारतीय के लिए गर्व का क्षण था। साल 24-25 में भारत के मेजर पोर्ट्स ने अब तक का सबसे अधिक कार्गो हैंडल करके भी नया रिकॉर्ड बनाया है। इतना ही नहीं, पहली बार किसी इंडियन पोर्ट ने मेगावाट स्केल इंडिजीनियस ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन फैसिलिटी शुरू की है।
So, Prime Minister talked about the many first in this year in the maritime sector. Your comment, Dr. Malini, please.
I have never seen so much focus, attention, development and momentum in the maritime sector in the last 2 years. And the development of Vizhinjam Port, the attention given to green hydrogen facility. The Prime Minister had, in COP26, had committed to reducing the greenhouse gases and toxic gases emission in the country by the year 2070. Besides that, International Maritime Organization has set standards for reduction of these greenhouse gases. So India has taken serious note of this and the commitments are being implemented. The institution of Green Hydrogen Mission is a part of that, and the green hydrogen facility that is being set up for the maritime sector in ports like ports of Tuticorin actually go towards implementing the commitments that have been given in COP26. So if I look at it, the country and the Honorable Prime Minister are actually looking at the global level, the commitments that will have to be fulfilled so that India will be seen as a serious partner, a serious leader in the sector. And at the national level, the commitments for shipbuilding, hydrogen facility, transshipment facility. So there is a consistency of the commitment of India at the international level, the national level and the local level.
Prime Minister in his speech also said that the large ships have been accorded the status of infra assets. What is the significance of this decision? But let's listen to Prime Minister first.
भारत ने अब लार्ज शिप्स को इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एसेट्स का दर्जा भी दे दिया है। ये पॉलिसी डिसीजन इस कार्यक्रम में मौजूद सभी शिप बिल्डर्स के लिए नए रास्ते खोलेगा। इससे आपको फाइनेंसिंग के नए विकल्प मिलेंगे, इंटरेस्ट कॉस्ट घटेगी और क्रेडिट की सुविधा आसान होगी। और साथियों, इस रिफॉर्म को गति देने के लिए सरकार भी लगभग 70,000 करोड़ रुपीस इन्वेस्ट करेगी। इससे डोमेस्टिक कैपेसिटी बढ़ेगी, लॉन्ग टर्म फाइनेंसिंग को बढ़ावा मिलेगा, ग्रीनफील्ड और ब्राउनफील्ड शिपयार्ड का विकास होगा, एडवांस मैरीटाइम स्किल्स तैयार होगी और युवाओं के लिए लाखों जॉब जनरेट होगी।
Yes, Dr. Malini.
So one of the key challenges that the shipyards and the shipbuilders share with the government is that they are not able to get ship financing for shipbuilding at a reasonable rate. The interest rates that are charged by India are far higher than international rates. And the second thing is, of course, they say that many of the spare parts and main parts for shipbuilding are not manufactured in India. So this amount, the assistance that is provided by government, 70,000 crores, it may be a small amount for shipbuilding, but it's a great beginning. And this will go to address the grievances of the shipbuilders that they are not having access to finance and not having access to the main parts that go into shipbuilding. So this 70,000 crores will also go towards hopefully building a network of small and medium enterprises that will create an ecosystem for shipbuilding in the country.
Prime Minister also highlighted that significant strides have been made to drive next generation reforms in the maritime sector. He mentioned that capacity expansion of Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority, which is now India's largest container port. How do you see the achievements? But let's listen to Prime Minister first and then your quick comment on it, please.
JNPT में भारत मुंबई कंटेनर टर्मिनल फेज 2 भी शुरू हो गया। इससे इस टर्मिनल की हैंडलिंग कैपेसिटी दोगुनी हो गई है और ये भारत का सबसे बड़ा कंटेनर पोर्ट बन गया। ये भारत के पोर्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में सबसे बड़े एफडीआई की वजह से संभव हुआ है। इस साल भारत के मैरीटाइम सेक्टर में नेक्स्ट जनरेशन रिफॉर्म्स के लिए भी बड़े कदम उठाए हैं। हमने 100 साल से ज्यादा पुराने कॉलोनियल शिपिंग लॉज को हटाकर 21st सेंचुरी के मॉडर्न और फ्यूचरिस्टिक लॉज लागू किए हैं। ये नए कानून स्टेट मैरीटाइम बोर्ड्स को एम्पावर करते हैं, सेफ्टी और सस्टेनेबिलिटी को बल देते हैं और साथ ही पोर्ट मैनेजमेंट में डिजिटलाइजेशन का भी विस्तार करते हैं।
Yes, Dr. Malini.
We all know that the Jawaharlal Nehru Port is the largest container handling port in the country and perhaps one of the largest in the region. The Jawaharlal Nehru Port, in collaboration with the Maharashtra Maritime Board, is investing in this Vadhavan port on the Maharashtra coast. And that is at the cost of 75,000 crore rupees. So this is going to be a big game changer for India, especially on the west coast. And we know that the west coast has one of the highest density of ship traffic in the world. So this port is expected to be the most modern port in Asia, if not in the world. And it will increase the trade. It will also create employment, which is very, very important for a developing nation.
Prime Minister also said that when the global seas are rough, the world looks for a steady lighthouse and India is poised to play that role with strength and stability. Let's listen to Prime Minister first and then your quick comment.
When the global seas are rough, the world looks for a steady lighthouse. और भारत ऐसे लाइट हाउस की भूमिका को बहुत मजबूती से निभा सकता है। ग्लोबल टेंशंस, ट्रेड डिसरप्शंस और शिफ्टिंग सप्लाई चेन्स के बीच भारत स्ट्रेटेजिक ऑटोनॉमी, पीस और इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ का प्रतीक है।
Yes, Dr. Malini.
We have to take advantage of the changing dynamics that's happening globally in terms of trade, in terms of supply chain, in terms of policies that are wavering by the major countries. So I think Government of India has taken the right initiative, and fortunately we started it earlier, and in the coming years all the initiatives we've taken in terms of reforming the acts, bringing them up to expectations of the industry and the market, and the initiatives taken in terms of financing, declaring shipping as large ships, as giving them infrastructure status, all that is going to definitely benefit the maritime sector. And most importantly, it is giving focus to this sector so that it can draw attention in terms of foreign investment as well as domestic investment.
We hope India will keep its pace and will emerge as one of the largest and strongest nation in maritime sector by 2047. Thank you, Dr. Malini, for joining us and sharing your valuable insights.
Thank you.
You were listening to a discussion on India Maritime Week 2025, India's path to global maritime dominance. The participants were Dr. Malini V. Shankar, Vice Chancellor, Indian Maritime University, and Aditya Shukla, Akashvani correspondent. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of Akashvani. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may share your feedback about this program through email at airnsttalks@gmail.com or WhatsApp on 92890 94044.
Spotlight.